Welcome back everyone. For those of you tuning in now, welcome to the A Need to Know Basis series on journalism, which focuses on providing information on journalism, whether it's on its importance to the world at large, or by explaining the do's and don'ts of the profession. In previous videos, we've talked generally about how journalism serves as an important part of a democracy, especially within the United States of America itself. We've also talked a little about the protections that prevent journalism from being abused or gatekept within said society through the use of amendments and acts in the system itself. As of right now, though, we haven't fully explained what journalism is and certain functions surrounding it. Like many other subjects or professions, there isn't a single definition that fully encompasses what journalism is and what it does in everyday life. It's multifaceted, serves multiple purposes that sometimes coincide or conflict with each other depending on the situation. If you go into a career that deals with journalism, you may serve all of these functions in multiple fashions throughout your career. To make it simple, let's focus on determining what journalism is in a more general fashion. Journalism encompasses many things, but most of all it is a duty, a product, and an analysis of information. Journalists carry the weight of being the source of information for many things. They are the means by which the public stays informed on all matters. Journalists are the link between an elected official's activities and the public, between a corporation's actions and the communities in which they operate, and between the federal or state government and its constituents. A community of 10,000 people cannot attend every school board meeting, read every corporate press release, or listen to every state legislature hearing. Time, money, and location are limiting factors, but one or two journalists can attend these meetings and hearings and then report their activities and results to all 10,000 citizens. An informed citizenry is the foundation for a healthy and efficient democracy and republic, and journalists play a vital role in keeping the public informed. We've talked about this a little bit before in previous videos, especially when it comes to the local government that makes the choices for you and your neighbors each and every day. Ideally, any strong community will have a strong newspaper, radio station, or local television station that helps make sure a lot of what happens in the community comes to light. This extends into the state sphere, and even the national sphere, though the information gets muddied more and more the higher you go up. Take a look at your local newspaper or other news sources. Take a look at how many people have worked to bring that news to you in some fashion, whether digitally or in print. It's fewer people than you think working on giving information to more people than you'll ever know. There are several functions of journalism. Here, the word function means the purposes that journalism serves. The 7 main functions of journalism are the political watchdog function, the economic and marketplace function, the sentry function, the record-keeping function, the entertainment function, the social function, and the agenda-setting function. The political watchdog function provides accountability for the government. The government can be federal, state, county, or town. Journalists monitor and report on the activities of elected officials to ensure they are performing the tasks they promised when running for office. Journalists report on all government organizations to ensure they are performing for the benefit of the community in which they serve. A government should not be operating behind closed doors. Transparency is a key element of preventing abuse of power, scandals, and fraudulent activities. A watchdog journalist will scrutinize budgets to determine whether or not the public's tax payments are being spent properly and responsibly. In order to vote responsibly, the public needs to be informed. It is the political watchdog function of journalism that helps the public determine, through informed voting, who will lead their communities or national government. For those that have watched previous videos, we have talked about this before when talking about how a democratic society needs to function. Not only do people need to know about how the political machine is running, but they also need to know who's running it and who's jamming it, as well as who voted both kinds of people into it. As the watchdogs, journalists have a responsibility to make sure that the inner workings of politics are made bare and made understandable to the general public. Also stated before in previous videos is that these protections are very much protected by the amendments and acts that help smooth this over, some of which include the First Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 6th Amendment, and the Freedom of Information Act. Of course, it has other, very important functions as well. The economic and marketplace functions of journalism help keep the public informed of the state of the economy. At what rate is inflation rising and how will that affect the cost of groceries and rent? Are wages stagnating while the cost of necessities is increasing? What businesses are moving into the local area and how many jobs will that create for residents? If gas, groceries, and rent prices are going to increase in your community, you need to know about it so that you can budget accordingly. Where will people get this information? Let's rapid fire the next few, shall we? The Sentry function reports on new technologies that are just hitting the market, and which ones are being created now. This function also monitors and reports on changes within many spheres of lifestyles, culture, energy use, and so on. The record-keeping function of journalism is simply that. The newspapers and other forms of media provide a record of past activities, such as political decisions, sports statistics, weather data, and so much more. The entertainment function is used to entertain the public. This can include movie reviews, news on celebrities, or reports on travel destinations. The social function provides information on local events, current and future. It can also be about local marriages, anniversaries, awards, banquets, and local clubs. The intent is to keep people informed as well as provide a means for advertisement for local events. The final function of journalism is the agenda setting function. Agenda setting is meant to get the public talking about a certain topic. If an issue of significance is not being addressed, the media can focus their reporting on that specific issue in order to get people talking about it. Once the people are talking about it, they will demand action. As discussed in our first video, the topic of nursing home abuse is a perfect example of agenda setting. Many people didn't know about the abuses, and the people who did either weren't addressing the issue or weren't being heard. By reporting on the nursing home abuses, it forced it into the public's eye and got people talking about it. This, in turn, forced community and government leaders to act on the problem and enact laws to help prevent future abuses. Journalists have the power to determine what we talk about as individuals and address as a nation. This is an immense power and responsibility, so it should be used with caution and consideration. Let's review what we've learned today. Journalism is meant to be the eyes and ears of the public, giving people the information they need in order to know what goes on in their community and their government. Journalism serves several important functions, which include the following: the political watchdog function, the economic and marketplace function, the Sentry function, the record-keeping function, the entertainment function, the social function, the agenda-setting function. All functions play an important part in the journalistic process and need to be understood. As stated before, journalism is a very important and very relevant tool in the world of today, serving various functions that are meant to inform, entertain and influence conversation on various levels. While it may be simplified for the sake of the video, these functions cannot be understated and are present in every news source. Make sure to pick up your local newspaper or watch your favorite broadcast and see if you can figure out what service your local news source dedicates itself to. For now, I'll see you all in the next video focusing on what people read when it comes to news and the important elements of news judgment.